Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Sherry Raber and I am the DMP Program Coordinator at Aspen University. Over the next few minutes I will be walking you through the most common reasons why students need to become familiar with Project Concert. So let's get started. You may be asking, what is Project Concert? Project Concert is a software platform used by all students and faculty at Aspen University. The purpose of the Project Concert is for entering and tracking immersion hours and a hub for uploading required documents for submission based on class assignments and project courses. To log into Project Concert, this is what the screen will look like. On the left-hand side is the navigation bar. The most common tabs that you will use is Experience and Information. To the right of the navigation menu is a Need Help with the question mark. So right underneath the Need Help, there's a great video that you can watch. It's under Student Clinical Experience. When you log in, you should see your name appear at the top. I have whited my name out, of course, but then you'll also see a welcome to Project Concert. The Experience tab is where you would upload your immersion hours, and the Information tab is where you're going to be uploading your documents and any documents that are required based on the course assignments. Both of these, which we will be covering in just a couple minutes. The purpose of this video will be to walk you through how to upload your documents in Project Concert, how to submit your immersion hours in Project Concert, and also how to run an hours audit report, which will need to be signed by your preceptor and also uploaded into the course assignment and or Project Concert. Documents. When you log into Project Concert, as I mentioned earlier, just a couple minutes ago, or actually a few seconds ago, when you upload your document, you're going to go to Information. So if you think about it, Documents, Information, it makes sense. So you will go again to the navigation menu. You'll click on Information, then you're going to go to Information Edit, and then you're going to see this screen right here pop up. You may or may not see any documents here. If you have not uploaded anything in Project Concert, this will be completely blank, but this is what it should look like once you submit the required documents. Particularly when before you start your project courses, you will be issued a DMP immersion letter. So there will be documents for you to submit prior to being issued that letter. So anyhow, when you go to the Information Edit, you're going to have this screen pop up. Then what you want to do is go all the way to the right-hand side and click on to Documents right here. So I actually just drew an arrow that points to the Document tab just in case you can't see it. So once you click onto Documents, and you're going to go down here to the very bottom of the screen, you may have to expand your screen depending on what kind of computer you have, so you can actually see this Add Document. So you want to click onto the Add Document. If you click onto the Add Document tab, you're going to see this window open up, and you will have a drop-down box that has Select Document Type right here. So you want to click this little arrow and try to align your document that you're submitting with the actual type, the name of the document. You want to make sure that you're adding the date, which is right here, of the date of submission, and then add your title. You may, if you're uploading your preceptor agreement, then go ahead and type that in right there, preceptor agreement. Some students like to add notes in this section, so I am absolutely fine with that. Once you complete this section right here, you want to choose your document. I always recommend to students, whatever documents you're going to be submitting in Project Concert, go ahead and save all those into a folder, so that way you're able to access them easier, and then you can always have them available if you need to resubmit again. So once you upload your document, you want to next go to, once you again have clicked on Add Document, you're going to have this window pop open. And again, assuming that you've uploaded documents, then you're going to see those documents right here. But it's really important that when you add your document, that you always click Save. If you do not click Save, then your document will not be saved in Project Concert. So that's all there is to uploading your documents. The next thing we're going to talk about is the approval process for when you submit your immersion hours. So again, when you are submitting your immersion hours, you're going to log into Project Concert. You're going to click New, which is right here. So once you hit New, then the screen is going to pop up. You're going to see under Experience ID, New Entry. Under Experience Status, it will show Draft Format. You want to start from top to bottom and work your way down to the very last button that I'm going to show you here in a minute or two. But you want to enter your experience, start date and time, which is right here. And then you want to enter your end date, date and time, which is located right underneath that. Be really careful about how you enter these, because if you, as you can see, this individual entered the same date and the same time. So therefore, when the student submitted their immersion hours, they would get no hours because it was actually the same time. We do use military time, so keep that in mind when you are selecting your date, your actual time for your end time. You want to make sure that you're selecting your faculty chair or your instructor. So this little caret right here, you want to click onto that, and then you're going to see a multitude of instructors pop up. So make sure and check the one that is applicable to whatever course that you're in. You may, depending on what course you're in, you may or may not have a mentor, a preceptor, or a clinical site. So if you don't, just go ahead and bypass these 3 sections right here, which would be this and this and this one. You will need to enter your activity. So go ahead again and click that downward arrow right here. One thing that you will have to do is you have to put a check mark on your essentials that would align with the actual activity that you're going to be, that you have done to get your hours that you're submitting for approval from your instructor or your faculty chair. And then not only are you picking the actual essentials, but you also need to align the essential with the name of the essential right here. So for example, essential 1 is scientific underpinning. So if you have spent maybe 5 hours working on city training, you want to go ahead and just click that little radio button and make sure that you check that city training. So once you have entered all your information, you want to make sure that you go down all the way to the bottom of. Remember, you only want to click create a new blank entry, and then you want to hit submit. If you click on to continue editing this entry, it's going to save in a draft form right here, and your hours will not be approved because your chair or your instructor will not see those. So again, you want to make sure that you check this create a new blank entry and then submit, and then those hours will be sent to your instructor or your faculty chair, and they will go into a queue for the instructor or the faculty chair to either approve or reject. Now we're going to move on to the Hours Audit Report. An Hours Audit Report will help you locate all entries you have submitted in Project Concert. Some of our courses require that you submit 80 hours of immersion hours. For example, DNP 820 and 830 currently require 80 hours for each course. And then your project courses require 40 hours of immersion hours, and you will need a total of 1,000 hours at the end of the DM program to be able to graduate. So you will be able to run an hours audit report at any time to see where you are with your entries. You want to make sure and keep an eye on that in case there's any pending entries that you need to remind your faculty to go in and take a look at and either approve or reject. The report, when you get to your project courses, will need to be signed by your preceptor. So that's really important to remember, and we're going to be talking about that on the next slide. So when you go in to run your hours audit, you will log in to Project Concert, and then you're going to pick Experience, and then you're going to select Hours, And then you want to pick the course. It could be 820, it could be 830, it could be one of the project courses, which is 850A all the way through 852B. The next thing you want to do is you want to click Next. Open up another screen for you. You want to, don't worry about this information here. It's automatically auto-populated when you enter your hours. You want to make sure and check approved, pending, and any rejected hours, and then you're going to click Next. And the next screen that you're going to see is a little bit more detailed that you have to report in the box. So this box right here, you have to make sure and check show additional detail and report. That's really important for you to click onto, and then you click Finish. Once you run your report, it shows up like this. It should look just like this here. It's going to show you, this is a test student, course, but it's going to show how many hours you have here on the right-hand side. And it's really important for you to run and to export your Excel spreadsheet and download that, because that really gives you more detail about any hours that are approved or pending. And that becomes important when your faculty tells you to submit the hours audit to your preceptor to be signed off. So again, you want to export to Excel, you want to download that Excel spreadsheet and take a look at that, and we're going to look at that next. Okay, so once you download the Excel spreadsheet, this is a very, very, very modified version of what you're going to be seeing, because again, what I mentioned earlier is that you need 80 hours for 2 of the core classes and then 140 for each of the corresponding project courses. So this is going to be, much more exaggerated, but this is a simplistic view of what you will see. You will see the date, you will see the start, end time, the start time and end time, and then how many hours that you actually entered and were approved. So in this case, it's 4. You will see the status. You need to make sure that your preceptor only approves hours that have been approved. They should not be approving any hours. Whoops. Sorry about that. I got a little click happy there. So you do not want your preceptor to approve any hours that are still in pending status. So once you know that you have to have your preceptor signed, typically it's week 4 and week 8, then you want to have them sign this document. You can, once you exported the hours audit, you can either download it, copy and paste in Word, or you can do a screenshot, whatever you really prefer. Your preceptor can sign it electronically, as you can see that I have done so. So at the very bottom, let's say you have 3/18/2022, that is your last entry. Right underneath that, you're going to see a blank row here. Go ahead and enter the date that you are sending over the document for your preceptor to sign. Put your preceptor's name, and then your preceptor would sign right. So just as a recap, regarding your hours audit report for week 4 and week 8, once your preceptor has signed, you want to go ahead and upload that document Project Concert. So you want to log on to Information, then go to Information Edit, click on the documents, add your document, go ahead and select your document type. And in this case, it would be either DMP Immersion week 4 or week 8. Enter your date, choose the file, which is your immersion hours, and then you're going to save that document. Make sure you click Save. So just to review what we went over in this presentation, we learned how to upload documents in Project Concert. We reviewed how to submit your immersion hours for approval by your instructor or your faculty chair. We learned how to complete an hours audit and download that report in Excel so your preceptor could sign it, as well as uploading it into Project Concert. If you have any questions at all, please shoot me an email at dmpcoordinator@aspen.edu for any questions. And again, this is Dr. Sherry Raber, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.